So the work I do is say to people, we don't all need to go through crisis to evolve. In fact, it's better not to go through crisis to evolve. Spirit doesn't have to be ruthless to us. We can actually evolve without having spirit being totally ruthless.
Please describe this very. I love this range of the way that spirit talks to us that you described to me before. It's so insightful. Once you put that in my head, I constantly ask myself, like, am I listening to the sweet whisper of spirit, or am I listening? Am I begging the coyote to come and bite me?
So that's really of Carlos Castaneda and his body of work, and it's the teaching of Don Juan and the art of stalking. Now, most people see stalking as a negative connotation, like peeping through someone's bathroom window. But in the Toltec traditions or Toltec teaching, stalking is an extremely important concept, and we have to become an impeccable stalker in order to spiritually evolve. So what does that mean? And I'll use a metaphor here. Let's have little Johnny's a little pesky little brat, and he's busy tugging away at the cat's tail. And so the first thing mum will do, she'll be sweet with him. Say, Johnny, please don't pull the cat's tail. The cat doesn't like it. And then we'll see what happens. And so that's the first part of stalking, is sweetness. And she'll wait, and she'll wait. And so the second part then is that patience. She'll wait patiently to see what happens. But little Johnny still carries on pulling the cat's tail. The cat's getting really quite annoyed. And so what would the mother do next? So she's been sweet, it hasn't helped. She's been patient, it's certainly not helping. So what would the next phase be? Let's see how good the homework here was for you. Yeah.
Well, I know what to begin.
As in behavior, what would the next behavior be? Not necessarily the word for it. I'll give you the word.
Well, it would probably be ever increasing sternness. You know, there might be an appeal to authority, like listen, you better stop that or else. And then at some point, it just comes down to the cat's claws. You know, at some point, mom's not even in charge. It's the cat going, Row! You know, because mom is probably protecting the kid from the consequence. And at some point, the consequence comes up and bites him in the arm.
Okay, I'm going to send you off to mother's training school. So the next, so the next phase is what's called cunning. Look, Johnny, look, there's a birdie over there. Look, there's a birdie there. Or look, let's go and have an ice cream. Or let's go and do something. She'll try and draw his attention elsewhere, away from the cat. So the next stage is cunning. Okay. So the spirit at the moment is being cunning with us, this coronavirus. It's drawing our attention away from our very busy, hectic worlds. And this is part of cunning. We're right in it. Okay, and I want people to know that. Because if we don't pay attention, if little Johnny still pulls that cat's tail, what you said is what happens next. And it's called ruthless. It's that big smack. And we don't need to go there. The collective ruthless is not going to be a good look. Okay, so we're in the point of cunning. Now, I've been doing this work for 25 years. I know I always engage with people at that point of cunning. Having been through the ruthless myself, it's not a good place to be. It's not a nice place to be. So the fact we're having this interview now, it's exactly that point of cunning for your listeners, viewers to go within and say, okay, I'm hearing this now. What do I need to do within to resolve stuff within me? Because people watching this will be on the spiritual path, otherwise they won't be watching this. That's how this is set up. Okay, they may not even know they're on the spiritual path. I think most of them probably do, but some won't even know it. They'll think, oh, I'm just curious. But they're curious for a reason. Okay, and this point now is a point of cunning, where we have to go in and say, what do I need to do to take responsibility for how I view the world, and what is my relationship with the world and to myself, and heal that. Because if we don't, next stage is that slap, that ruthless. And that ruthless comes in disease. exactly where we're sitting. Cancers, viruses, car accidents, divorces, deaths in the family. That's where the ruthless comes. So we don't want to go there. So that's why the art of stalking is so important. And why I say to support someone on their spiritual path when it's become an impeccable stalker, what that means is you become the chameleon, that you take no attachment to where that person is. Because emotion is a thing which pulls us down on the spiritual path. Stone coldness is not the same as harshness or negativity. It's pure love. Okay, so I have no attachment to emotion. So
Okay.
I can see totally clearly. I can be the impeccable warrior in the moment. That's what stone coldness does. And in that moment, I can act exactly how you need me to act for your benefit, with no attachment to my ego or to myself in the process. Okay? Otherwise, if I'm acting towards you, expecting an outcome for me, I'm not stalking impeccably. I'm not stone cold yet.
So it's kind of a type of equanimity that allows you to maintain your own inner balance while being with what someone else is going through. Is that kind of what you mean by stone coldness, or is there?
Yeah, total detachment,
Mm-hmm.
equanimity. It holds totally a place of stillness, just holding a place of stillness. And the work that we do, you know, you and me and others, is just hold that container for people without any judgment, but in discrimination. Because in that place of lack of judgment is when pure compassion takes place. And this is the paradox in this stuff. You will know this as you go through. The more we do our spiritual stuff, the more paradoxes appear in life. The harder I try, the less I achieve. The more I try and help you, the less helpful I am.
Yeah.
The more I try and rescue you, the more I screw up your karmic path. and I take on your karma in the process. So it's getting to that place. It's a paradox, which is quite a challenge for us often. But it's holding back and allowing that person just to be in that place where they can heal. Because healing comes from within the person. I'm not the healer. I'm the holder of the container. I don't do the healing. The person does their own healing. If I think I'm the healer, I'm being terribly arrogant.